a nominating committee, which consisted of Judy, who has been the previous nominating committee, but we were aware that our board meeting happened after the election. So then I also asked Vanessa to participate on that committee, and they worked together, and now I will let Vanessa give her report. Let me also say, the next two items after this are election of officers and the appointment of the treasurer. We are dividing these positions up. And so the officers that we will be electing are chairperson and vice chairperson, because in Idaho code it says that the board appoints the treasurer and clerk. So we'll do it in two sections, but Vanessa, you can give your whole report on all positions.
Thank you, Katie. Okay, I will be representing the nominating committee, which is made up of Judy Meyer and myself. Judy and I had several meetings, as well as me meeting with each trustee and trustee-elect. It was a pleasure to meet with each person and get their opinions on the slate. I was very pleased to find that we all are on close agreement about the outcome. Each person agreed that with so much change happening at the CLN, it would be a prudent move to keep as much leadership in place as possible. I was very pleasantly surprised with that from everybody. With that said, I can now give the officer slate. Chair would be Katie Blank, and vice chair Rochelle Ottosen. And would you like me to give the treasurer and clerk as well? Treasurer Julie Saad, S-A-A-D, and clerk Tim Ploss. I believe it's like floss.
Thank you. And we did, and Julie's here.
I see your face.
Okay, and I think all of us received a resume for, yes.
Yes, did everybody get Julie's resume and bio?
I did.
I actually have a printout if,
It was emailed.
Oh, I didn't.
okay. This is her bio and then resume, and she is on Lindsay's computer, I believe, presently, so.
So the next item will be the election of the officers, chair and vice.
Actually, I would like to nominate Tom Hanley for vice chair.
How do we go about doing this as far as? Okay, do that, okay. Thank you.
You got it.
Procedurally, I mean, do we just discuss whether we agree with the slate?
Yes.
Is it even appropriate for me to talk right now, just to make sure I get the norms of swing of things here with the meeting? But, you know, it was a slate based upon the fact we were told, I think it was, I was thinking in terms of Rochelle, and then I was told, well, she was not interested necessarily in being the chair, and so I don't think it would be appropriate for myself just jumping in here the first day and being a chair, probably not for Tim as well. So it's dependent upon whether Rochelle really doesn't want to be chair, because we have a lot of different people on the board now.
I guess what I would ask you is that what you're saying? I think what we're looking at is the slate at this point in time. Are you saying that you don't want to be part of that slate any longer?
Well, I don't want to be chair, but the voters have asked for a change in direction. So I would entertain that.
You'd entertain what? Being chair?
Yes, that's what Tom's saying. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, do you wanna?
Do we vote on the slate and then?
Right,
if we don't have
I
the
would
majority,
entertain a
then-
motion I would entertain a motion for, to look at the slate first from the nominating committee.
Okay, I move that we accept the officer slate
That was
from the
presented.
nominating committee.
Okay, it's been moved to accept the officer slate from the nominating committee. Is there now discussion on that? Which we've had, so.
Yes, if it's open for discussion, again, I was led to believe by Vanessa that Rochelle was probably not interested in being the chair. And if that were the case, actually, I don't know where I go from there, but I don't know if she's changed her mind, so if she's considering being chair, I would probably consider saying yes, because, I think she's probably more in line with the way I think, and probably Tim as well, so I'm not saying that, I'd probably endorse, Michelle.
And,
What,
Oh,
why
sorry.
don't we vote on the slate, isn't that what we're?
We are going to go ahead and finish with discussion for everybody who would like to do that.
Did you wanna have discussion?
No,
well, this is a shock, because I really did meet with everybody and discuss all of this. I guess I'm not clear, Tom. You would like Rochelle to be chair. Rochelle, do you wanna be chair? Because you clearly told me you did not.
Well, I don't want to, but I'm the kind of person who's willing to do what I'm uncomfortable with and don't like, if it seems like the best thing to do.
And in what way do you think it's the best thing to do?
Well, because the voters have asked for a change in direction, and it seems like leaving the chair at status quo would leave the direction of the board, and the books and our children's sections at status quo.
Again, all I can say is I'm purely shocked, because I met with every person, and this is not what I was told from each of you. So, I don't know what to say beyond that.
I can have a little more discussion. I thought our discussion, which was off-site, was just to get a feel for where things were. This was not a decision-making, one-on-one meeting, so, I didn't see myself as being held to it. And when I was told that Rochelle was adamant she didn't want to be, at least that was the impression I was given, well, then, I have to think again what I wanna do. But if she's willing to step up to the plate, I'd probably be more than willing to vote, for Rochelle to be the, chair. That's kinda how things changed in my mind, so. So it wasn't like I was telling you something.
It
there.
absolutely was a meeting of two people at a time to get the feel. And I did get the feel from each and every one of you that this slate was appropriate. And the reasons we talked about having so much change in the CLN right now, and changing up the chair. The chair position is a lot more than you think. I honestly don't think you're up for that position, period.
So Vanessa, I'll just say for myself,
I'd like, go ahead.
I made it really clear to you that that was not what I was thinking. You proposed it, and I said, that's not what I'm thinking. And I said, I'll consider it, and we talked about the reasons, but I didn't really make a decision. And I didn't say from the onset, I agree with you. I don't know if you remember that.
I don't know, it was a couple days ago, I probably don't remember it right.
So, one of the things that I would like to say is that, as board chair, I have done my best I have certainly opinions, but I certainly have done my best to, to make certain that this board stays legal, first of all. And secondly, that we stay legal in terms of parliamentary procedure, that not that we would be taken to court for that. The other thing that I have done my very best to do is make sure that the board stays fair and respectful to the entire community. And I would continue to do that very solidly, and I have a considerable amount of experience in doing that. And I understand that the board has changed, and I am willing to continue to help this board move forward in in the way that the community, yes, the community has made a decision, but I'm willing to help this board move forward in a way that would be solid for a public library system for this community. So, with that.
Speaking again, at that very sequence here, if you're not the chair, Katie, we're not losing your corporate knowledge here, you're still a member of the board. So if Rochelle is struggling in some area, I'm assuming you're gonna give her as much coaching as necessary. So that's another reason why I started thinking, well, if Rochelle changes her mind and she's willing to take on the chair job, you're not gone, you're still here. You've got a lot of years of experience on the board, and so I expect Rochelle will be receptive to giving coaching and some guidance for a different chair.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I wanna say that that's pretty rich, because you're literally saying you don't trust Katie to be chair for 1 year while you guys learn. But you also, as you kick her out, you want her to help, which she's the type of person that would help, but that's rich.
Anybody else?
I'll go back up. No one's kicking anyone out of anywhere. We're here and we're voting on a slate of proposed officers for this board. It's not, in my opinion, shouldn't be a contentious issue. It's just a roundtable discussion, and no one's being slighted if they're not getting the position they want. That's my opinion.
It's not about getting slighted, it's about the whole board falling apart. That's what I'm worried about.
Katie is definitely knowledgeable and capable, but it has been made progressively harder for me to get things on the agenda, and that's a primary concern right now. And you asked if I wanted to be chair. I don't want to be chair, but I'm willing to do it.
Okay, so the motion on the table is can you read to me again?
Robinson moved to accept the officer slate from the nominating committee.
Okay, so it's been moved to accept the officer slate from the nominating committee. And we're done with discussion, is that correct? Anybody have anything else to say? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No. Okay, then the next item on the agenda is election of officers, and since I've been just voted out, then it will be your job to move forward.
No.
So, I guess according to Idaho Code 332722, or wait, no, I'm skipping the line. According to Idaho Code 332719, I would entertain nominations, or, actually, I haven't been voted in as chair.
Oh, that's true. Then, that's a good point. So now what do you want to do?
I'd like to make a motion to, present Rochelle Ottosen as candidate for chair.
I'll second it.
We don't need seconds.
Okay.
Okay, it's been moved to, nominate Rochelle Ottosen as chair. Is there discussion on this?
I think it's a bad idea.
Anybody else? Any more discussion?
I
All right.
personally would like to have Rochelle, Tom or I are not qualified, and Rochelle has the same direction that Tom and I are wanting to go, and she can make the agenda the way, for the meetings, the way what topics we would like to bring up, and I think we have the best chance of moving forward with Rochelle.
Okay, any more discussion? Okay, it's been moved to, nominate, Rochelle Ottosen as chair. All those in favor? Aye.
Yes. Aye.
Opposed?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so now, we also need a vice chair, and so,
Okay, so I would entertain a motion for nominating vice chair.
I'd like to move a motion to nominate Tom Hanley as the vice chair.
Okay, any discussion?
yes, I'm wondering if it wouldn't be wiser to have somebody as vice chair who isn't just brand new, that they've had at least a year under their belt to you know, do something, and so it would be, I think it would be, I can't imagine coming on a board brand new and accepting a position as responsible as chair, a vice chair, as a brand new person.
Well, since I didn't really want to be chair in the first place, I'm hoping in a year from now, someone else can take over, and so I think it would be good training for Tom Hanley to be vice chair.
And I think Tom is fully capable with his past experience of what he's done to pick up what he needs to do to learn the position, and other than in the absence of the chairman, when he would have to run the meeting, I don't think his responsibilities are that insurmountable for him.
I accept the position, nothing I'm real anxious about, but, I'll certainly be watching and learning, just in case I have to step up, but, that's not an expectation. I'm gonna do the job.
Any further comment? Okay, well, then we will vote on, Tom Hanley being vice chair. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Voice vote.
Trustee.
I'm going to vote nay.
Okay, so the ayes have it, and Tom Hanley is vice chair. Next, we will have appointment of treasurer. We have Julie Sod has been nominated from the nominating committee to be treasurer. Do you have discussion on that?
Rochelle, can I interject? You'll need to have another motion for both the treasurer and the clerk, since the board voted to not accept the nominations from the nominee.
Okay, thank you. I would entertain a motion on that.
I would like to move a motion to present Julie Sod as candidate for treasurer.
Okay, any discussion?
What I'd like to say is I read her resume, and I think we are lucky. Julie's shown interest in the library board for a year, and I think we are lucky to have someone with so much background in public accounting to step up to be a treasurer. That this is, you know, it's wonderful that somebody would do that from the public. So I want to thank Julie for doing that.
I looked over Julie's resume and her letter last night, and, it appeared to me a very qualified candidate, so I would support the idea of having her as the, board treasurer.
Okay, any more discussion? Okay, we have a motion for Julie Sod to be treasurer. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, so that's 5 ayes. So Julie Sod is now our treasurer. I would entertain a motion for clerk.
I'd like to make a motion for Tim Foss to be clerk of the board.
Any discussion? Okay, I think Tim Ploss will make a fine clerk. If there's no further discussion, then all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, any no's? So, okay, so Tim Ploss is now our clerk. We will now have the Spirit Lake Annual Report by Carol